where you grew up, your your
I grew up in Showman. I graduated from Showman High School in 2016. Uh, Other than that, I haven't had any schooling because of my kidney problems. I've only walked 2 months before I got sick, and that was it.
all right. Doing
Do what?
what?
Oh God, my phone.
Uh-oh. Back on. Well, hello everybody. Um, we've lost our guest for a little bit. Uh, hopefully, um, just so you know, I could be really we'll talk about to my she lives right here in Hammond. We also for his uh, meeting with Senator Braun is through the National Kidney Foundation. We're going to talk about the Living Donor Protection Act and the home dialysis bill that's currently pending in the House, and there will be a version that later will be pending in the Senate. So trying to get more people on home dialysis. Kayla, are you there?
Yeah, my phone decided to shut down and restart. I don't know what happened.
Okay. Can you talk to us experiences with horses? I know that you have a love for horses. You're kind of moving around a little bit. If you could get your phone to stay in one place.
Yeah, I'm trying to go over here for a minute.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay. Talk to us a little bit about your experience with horses.
I've been riding since as long as I can remember. I haven't really done barrel racing competition wise professionally. I've just done play days. This is still not working. There it goes. I keep losing service.
Okay.
Mainly I just been doing trail
All
rides
right.
and play day barrel racing on it.
All right. Let's talk a little bit about your kidney history. Back in 18.
I really didn't have any kidney problems before I was diagnosed. It all just hit me all at once. I'm the only one in my family
Okay.
with it.
I have things like, okay, you had headaches, you were throwing up,
Yeah,
very.
headache. My main concern was my blood pressure because it was like 240 over 140. And headaches and nausea, but otherwise, I just thought it was the flu. I didn't think anything of it.
Okay. How old were you at that time?
I was 20 years old.
Okay.
I still went to the gym an hour a day, 7 days a week, and I still went with my friend to do horseshoeing, even while I was sick.
Okay. When did you finally seek medical help?
About a month after I realized something else was wrong, so on June 16th.
Okay. And I understand that was at Texoma Medical City in Dallas?
Denison.
Denison. All right. What did you find out about your condition?
Well, at first, they didn't know what was going on. They ran blood tests and stuff. It was actually a new doctor who I got in the emergency room. He said he came. It was only 30 minutes after I went into the emergency room. He came in. He says you are in stage 5 renal failure, and we don't know why.
Okay. Did they do a kidney biopsy?
They did on 18. On June 19th. They did.
Okay. What was their initial diagnosis?
The initial diagnosis was just an environmental issue, but to come to find out, it was an actual genetic disease. It was called anti-GBM.
All right. And
So rare
that's a
that
disease where the, okay. That's a disease where the immune system attacks and destroys healthy body tissue, including kidney tissue, correct?
Yes.
All right. It's my understanding that they home, but you came back 24 hours later. What was going on 24 hours later?
Well, I went to the dialysis clinic like I was supposed to, and they realized I was bleeding from my gums and coughing up blood. They called the doctor. He says, give it 24 hours and see what happens. I couldn't even make it to the 24-hour mark. About 7 o'clock that night, we went to the emergency room because I was begging for help. I was to the point throwing up blood, coughing up blood, dizzy, having trouble breathing. By the time I got there, they had me on 10 liters of oxygen, and they had to do a couple blood transfusions.
Okay. And how long were you in the hospital this time?
2, almost 3 weeks.
Okay. And when you were discharged, did they give you special instructions?
They gave me instructions on I had to stay on my dialysis, go to dialysis immediately the next morning. follow a strict diet, and also I had to continue chemotherapy at home.
Okay. And were you also taking medication?
I was taking about 15 pills in the morning and about 20 at night.
Medication. Uh, my understanding that you made your 21st birth, correct?
Yeah, I wasn't supposed to make it to my 21st birthday.
All right. And you actually died twice, that you were having seizures. Is
Yes,
that also correct?
yes, my first set of seizures was in September of that same year. Uh, my grandmother woke up to me having seizures, actually. Um,
Okay.
they lasted for 3 days. No medications control it.
All right. And I have a note that on this occasion you were in the hospital about 6 months.
3 months on that one, and then another 3 months a week later,
Okay.
because they had to do
All right.
plasmapheresis and hemodialysis,
All right.
and some.
They put a catheter in your neck.
Yes.
All right. And you had another seizure. Is that correct?
Yes. My second set of seizure was actually a week after I got home. That's third time. I actually felt it coming. My blood pressure skyrocketed, went up through the roof to about 280 over something. And I told them to call 911. And by the time they got there, I went into a seizure.
Okay. And you actually had started or were on plasmapheresis for a period of time, correct?
Yes.
Right. Were there other complications, challenges, other hospital admissions after that?
For infection of my PD catheter, because I started PD.
All right. It's my understanding that you were on peritoneal dialysis 7 days a week, 16 hours a day for 2 years. It's all right. Hi, Mom.
She actually ducked the camera and ran. But yeah, I was on dialysis for 2 years. Yeah, that's right. Uh, there wasn't
Okay.
much time.
And all right. Did you continue to have problems? I mean, were there continuing
No,
issues?
the only issue I had was my diet, and that was my fault. I couldn't do it, so I had a lot of troubles with the diet.
Okay. I understand that you received the call on March 23rd,
Yes.
2021.
Yes.
That's nearly 3 years after you were diagnosed, correct?
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about what it was like when you received the call.
Weirdest part was I actually was with my mom. She was taking me to my neurologist appointment to check up on my seizures and everything else. I walk through the main doors and I get a text from my transplant team saying to call ASAP. So I called them. They said, we have a kidney for you. And they asked if I accepted it. I said yes. And they told me to start heading to Medical City. So I didn't get to see my neurologist.
Okay. And when we're talking about Medical City, that's Medical City Hospital in Dallas, Texas.
Yes.
And how far away is that from you?
6 hours.
It's a long drive.
It is.
Tell us a little bit about what happened after you got to the hospital.
They told me they started doing a whole bunch of blood work, and getting me admitted. Told me not to eat or drink anything because surgery was scheduled for 5, 6 that night. But the surgeon decided to wait because she's been doing kidney transplants since 5 a.m. that morning to wait until the next morning. So the
Okay.
surgery will be scheduled to the next day at 5 a.m.
All right. And did the transplant go forward on the 24th of March?
Yes.
Okay. Tell
And
us what that was like.
that was quick. And yeah, to find out when I woke up, my mom told me there was actually 2 kidneys they got during that transplant. A 24-year-old transplant and a 4-year-old kidney. And they decided to go with the 4-year-old kidney on me.
Okay. So you got a pediatric kidney, one that was smaller.
Yeah.
Okay. And I take that's probably grown a little bit since the date of your transplant.
Yeah, it's actually full size now.
All right. And how long were you in the hospital?
I was in the hospital 2 weeks.
Okay. Have you had any issues or problems with your transplanted kidney since March 24th of 2021?
I had a rejection episode in November.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about.
Well, I just moved, so I was still pretty far away from them. But I called them and let them know what the symptoms I was having: headaches, blood pressure issues, nauseated, and fluid restrictions. And they told me to go ahead and come on up. And so we did. And that's when I was in a small rejection mode. And they upped my anti-rejection drugs, and everything's been good since then.
Okay. What kind of medication are you taking as your anti-rejection medication?
I am taking Prograf, Myforic as the anti-rejections, prednisone, um, and then Protonix because that stuff makes me sick to my stomach without it.
Okay.
But otherwise, everything else is vitamins just to keep my body regulated and healthy.
All right. I understand that you had a car accident recently.
Yeah. I had the accident February 21st at 9:30 in the morning.
Okay. And what happened?
Well, my mom and I were on our way with a friend to drop off our camper to set up where we're going to live because she got a job down there. Well, on the way down there, a guy decided to run the stop sign at 75 miles an hour and hit us at 75. Didn't even touch the brakes. And we were going 75, and they T-boned us and spun so hard that they hit the back of the camper.
Understand what?
Do what? You're breaking up. Oh,
Can you hear me?
okay, now I can. Breaking up a little bit.
Okay. What were the nature of your injuries from the car accident?
So far, as of what we found out, I've got 3 herniated discs in my lower back and 2 to 3 in my neck. possibility a torn ACL or a fractured knee in my right knee. I had a sprained ankle, and I've now got headaches from it. But otherwise, the kidney survived this without getting injured.
Okay. So the transplanted kidney is okay.
Yes.
And are you following with the physicians on the things that involve the neck and the back?
Yes. Right now, we're just trying to avoid surgery if we can. Because since I've been through so much, I don't want to go through anymore.
I can't say I blame you. Um, I know through this you've gotten support from your mom, Amanda Pruitt. Can you
Yes.
tell us a little bit about that?
She is amazing. She has done everything in her power to keep this kidney healthy. There are some days that I forget my medications, and she'll remind me to take them. Or like if I'm eating something that I'm not supposed to, she'll let me know. We have started this new diet to really help with like my energy and a little bit of weight loss because I've gained some weight due to the prednisone. And I just feel unhealthy, if that makes sense.
Okay. Okay.
So
So she kind of looks out after you.
yeah.
All right. Um, Before we conclude our conversation for the evening, is there anything else you would like to discuss? Is there any advice to kidney patients?
Advice is to always listen to your body. Don't let somebody else tell you that there's nothing wrong because you know your body better than anybody. I learned that the hard way.
Okay. Kayla, we appreciate you taking time to come on with us and discuss your kidney case tonight. I've got a few things to clean up with the audience about other people that are coming on in the next few weeks, so you can go if you wish to go. And I
Okay.
just wanted to say thank you, and I appreciate you taking time to talk with us.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome too. You have a good evening. Take care of those dogs and Amanda and the horses.
Yes, my mom is great. She takes care of me and I help take care of her when she needs it.
Excellent. Excellent.
All right.
You have a good night, Kayla.
You too. Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, everybody. That's our broadcast for the evening. I wanted to give you a heads up on some of the things that are coming up. On the 9th of September, we're talking to Meryl Uranga, Uranga. She's a kidney cancer patient. That should be interesting. On the 16th of September, we're talking to Shane Moore and Michelle Resendez, kidney transplant patient. And we're going to talk about early their product, Omnigraph. On the 23rd of September, we're talking a former NFL great, Willie Blackwell. Willie just had a transplant. Lots to talk about with Willie. Looking forward to it. On the 30th of September, we're talking with Kelsey Reed. She's a medical nutritionist. We'll talk a little bit about diet. It seems like everybody has diet problems that have kidney problems. On the 7th of October, we're talking with Dr. Sheena Moa, MOA. We're going to be talking about transplants in children. You know that your Uncle Jim kind of has a continuing series on pediatric kidney transplants. On the 14th of October, we're talking to Dr. Christian Hanna. He will talk about pediatric kidney issues in children that have PKD and specifically transplant-related issues. On the 21st of October, our good friend Risa Simon is going to be back with us. Risa has a new app for kidney patients, so we're going to talk to her about the new app. And then on the 28th of October, we're going to talk to Lainey Escovel Laney is a PKD patient, and we're going to talk to her a little bit about polycystic kidney disease. So if you have questions about kidney transplants, please check out our sponsor, Kidney Solutions. You can find them at 830-285-2140 or info@kidneysolutions.org. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's flashing across the screen. I appreciate you taking time to watch tonight, and we will be talking to you again next week. So have a good week, and we will talk to you again real soon.